I have recently made a decision to not do five things. As a retiree, as an aging woman, and as a creator. Five things. And also, I have written down four things that I will do. Now, this is June, mid-year. It's not January. And I am making some life decisions. So sit tight and I'll share those with you. All right. I believe that as we mature, our decisions can shift and change. And I've always been one to be flexible in mind and in deeds. So it's no surprise to me that I am shifting my mindset. And if you know me, you know it's going to go in the right direction. But that's what I do on a regular basis. I change my mind. I move around. I shift. I adjust. All right. So if you are very curious about what I'm going to talk about, I invite you to sit tight, get a drink, and we're going to share. But also, I'd like you to consider giving the video a thumbs up, hit like, share, and also subscribe to the channel because I am a creative and I also tend to be a bit thoughtful. I muse a lot about life, about aging. I talk about cooking and health. So if you want to come along, I welcome you. And to those of you who have been my subscribers forever, I say thank you. It's always humbling when I meet some sisters and then they say, I started watching Maggie's videos. Today we had our monthly meetup. And one sister said, how many of you here have watched or listened to Maggie? And almost every hand went up. And I am so humbled that I have been part of your relocation or the way you view aging and taking care of yourself and cooking. Yes, thank you so much. All right. I am Maggie then. This is my name, Maggie Lazar, and I've been here in Panama over 3 years now, 3.5 years. And I am very, very grateful and happy with my decision to choose Panama as my new home. And I'm always very grateful and very humbled that I am allowed to be in this space. Thank you, Panama. Te amo. I am also the creator of SWRA, Single Women Retiring Abroad, a group of sassy older ladies like yours truly who have decided consciously to retire abroad, create community while we reinvent ourselves. But the ultimate goal of SWRA is to create a model of aging abroad that is sustainable and affordable. So if any of this is of interest to you, again, I'm asking you to like, share, subscribe, and hit that bell so that you know whenever I put out a new video or when I go live. Okay, 5 things I have decided I will no longer do as whoever I am, Maggie, the YouTuber. I don't know what that is. But as life goes on and things in the world are changing around us, I'm a very thoughtful person. So I came up with these 5 things. Number one, on this channel, I've decided I will not address politics. I get enough of it when I get up in the morning and I check my messages. I get enough. So it is not my intent to use this platform to push any agenda or belief system. We are all in this together. And there are so many of others doing it. So I stay clear. I may have a comment every so often. I may respond to an event, but addressing it head on, not on this channel. We're not doing that. Number two, I have made a decision not to vilify the country I came from. I am an immigrant, and I am grateful to the United States for taking me in at the age of 18, allowing me to have an education, fulfilling my single mother's dream to make something of myself. And this is a debt I will never be able to repay. So regardless of what is going on right now, we go through cycles. We different people in power, out of power. It's a cycle. I am not going to use my voice to just, you know, trash it because there are so many good things that have happened to me. Now, that does not negate what is going on right now, how it affects me as a person. No, I'm not going to negate it. And I'm never someone who is in denial about reality. I am such a realist. It's not funny. So that was number two. Number three, you will never hear me say on this channel, on this platform, that I will never return to the United States. I have learned not to include the words never and always in my vocabulary because life is so unpredictable. Yes, I moved abroad for specific reasons, and I've shared them with you, to live comfortably somewhere so I don't end up in a nursing home over there. That's my main reason for moving abroad. It wasn't something that was planned 10, 20 years out. No. But the future is so uncertain. I don't know. And I was talking to a sister yesterday and I said, yes, I hear sisters tell me, oh, I'm never going back. I'm never going back. But every month, every couple of months, they're back there. 1 month, 2 months, you got roots. I always say, the tree, but in this instance, you are a tree. You have roots that run deep over there. Regardless of how we feel, how we're being maligned, how we feel unsettled, we have roots. So I can't stand here and tell you I'll never go back. I'm an immigrant here too. What if things change and I don't have a choice? So that's why I do not make those rash decisions. You're not going to hear me say that on this platform. The next one, oh, not too much. Okay. The next one is something I've decided about this YouTube channel. This YouTube channel is a channel for me. Channel, not the channel, but a channel, like a tool, to get you from here over there. I am so grateful for social media because that has allowed me to create a community of sisters, a sisterhood, people who listen to what I say, who take value, get inspired by what I say, or they take the information to make their transition easier. I will continue to do that. But what I have decided to do, not to do, is to put so much effort and energy into making videos. I'm going to continue to be spontaneous. Like if I, want to do a little live here and there, I'll do that. I'll continue to educate. I'll continue to try to inspire with my exercise program, my cooking, and my lives, talking about life, about things. I'll continue to do that. But to be so focused on just, I got to put out so many videos every week and then worry and stressing over Mr. Algorithm, you got to use this word, that word. Listen, I am going to be here to talk to you. I'm going to be here to connect with you, to share, to educate, to inspire, but not going on and putting in hours and hours and hours. No, I'm not doing that. I've decided I'm not doing that. I am at about 19,800 some subscribers, and I am so, so grateful for every single one of my subscribers. I am, I am, I love you. But for me to sit here and spend hours editing and no, I'm going to talk to you like this from the heart, share with you when I have something to share. But I will not be beholden to a schedule that I have to do 2 videos a week, 3 videos a week. Nope, nope. If I'm going to grow, it's going to be organically. Now, well, maybe you don't know, that the way people like me whose face you see on YouTube make a little bit of money is by how long people watch our videos while the ads are running. Because, YouTube is like a university to learn stuff, but it's also a marketing tool. It's a marketing behemoth. It's like huge. People advertise on YouTube, right? And then they just share little pennies of the advertisement with you. They play the ads while you are speaking and sharing. And depending on how long people watch, then there's a formula to calculate how much of the pennies you get. I cannot look at these revenues from YouTube as a line item on my budget. I can't. It's too unpredictable. I believe if you get to 100,000, 200,000 subscribers, you kind of sort of even, organically, you're going to make a little bit of money, but I cannot rely on it. And if you're a new creator, I encourage you not to do that because it is too unpredictable. So I'm not doing that, spending so much time and energy. I want to spend that energy somewhere else that is a bit more predictable. Does that make sense? Okay. The last one is not telling everyone to come to Panama, come to Panama, come to Panama. And I think the influx that we see of people coming over is in large part due to people who are here saying, how wonderful Panama is, Thailand is, Portugal is, all these countries have their issues, right? And when you have so many people come, the locals start taking notice. And that's why we have all these issues with the demonstration and resentment and all that happens. And humanity, people are humans with emotions and they love their country. Yes, they're used to a certain amount of tourism. But those of us who stay, we got to walk a kind of a very careful line here. So I'm going to say maybe what I do. I will show, some things about Panama, but I'm not going to be focusing on saying, oh, it's wonderful, it's beautiful, life is cheap, and this and that, and this and that. Come on, come on, come on. So many of us are making a little bit of pennies by talking to people about how to relocate here, how to get going, having like a smoother landing. Yes, but that's no longer going to be my focus. We're just going to be talking to each other. We're going to be sharing. We're going to be breaking bread, having kumbaya, which is what I keep saying. So those are the 5 things I've decided in this temporada, in this season of my life, mid-year 2026, I will no longer do. I'm not going to talk about politics on this channel. I'm not going to be vilifying the US as rotten as things have gotten, in my perspective and others. I'm not going to say I will never go back. I do not use those words in my vocabulary. I will not gonna spend so much time and energy trying to get the perfect video so YouTube, Mr. Algorithm will catch it and show it to people. And I see people who are just banging. They know something I don't. I'm late to the game, but I'm grateful for what I've accomplished with God's help. So I'm okay. It kind of releases the stress that, oh, this video didn't do good. That video didn't do good. I'm going to be consistent. I'm going to be here looking, And then one video going to blow up, which is usually how it starts. I had one video blow up and then I jumped to so many subscribers. I haven't had one of those videos since that was last year. And I think a lot of it had to do with me hiring a virtual assistant to kind of do the wording and the long tail words or whatever. But then the revenues didn't support my effort and me paying her. 1 plus 1 didn't equal 2. All right. So those were the 5 things I'm not going to do. And I'm going to tell you now the things that I've decided. I think these are good ideas. You should do those. You see, I am doing this as self-preservation. I want to channel my energy into things that feed me, that satisfy me, that make me feel good, that kind of feel my need, my not psychiatric, but psychological need to be creative, to do something and spend more time on those things and not so much time on chasing YouTube video. No mass, no. All right, so if you like this video so far, don't remember to like, share, subscribe. Come on. Now, the things that I've decided, I think those are good ideas. Number one is to continue to use YouTube as a way to connect with my audience. I like to do the impromptu live. And then I see 20 of you show up. I'm like, hey, they're looking for me. It's great. And you know how genuine I am. These 2 ladies came to our meeting today. They're like, oh, look at you, you're prettier in person. And I'm like, oh, it's so sweet. They're so kind. But I am as genuine as they come. When people see me, they say, you look just like you do on the video. I'm like, of course. What were you expecting? I'm not putting on a face trying to pretending to be something I'm not. Listen, what you see is what you get. The Maggie you see on the YouTube, people come here, they see my kitchen. They're like, oh, this is where the magic happens. I'm like, yeah, it's just a regular kitchen. There's nothing fancy about it. No, ma'am. So I'm going to continue to be genuine and to share with you and connect with my audience because I believe this is more important than a video that has 200,000 views, which is great. Now, don't get me wrong. They've done something good. They've caught into somebody's whatever. Because remember that in this space, the videos that do well, scandals, something awful happening to you. And people brag about cracking the codes, like you got to scale people into, if you don't do this, it's going to happen. I just don't have it in me to do that. Maybe there might be something like that, but I cannot do this to you every single video just so that I can get clicks because you're like, oh, what's she talking about? What's she talking about? What's happening? What's happening? Is she going to die? Yeah. If I told you I had some disease, yeah, you'd be following me. And people are so fickle and so mean-spirited online because they're not saying it to your face. They feel totally at ease, spewing stuff. This little girl is dying of cancer. And for someone to go online in her comments and say, well, you don't look so sick. People are just, whew, I don't have the words. So I'm going to continue to talk to you and connect with you. And I'm going to continue doing what I enjoy doing while I'm connecting with you. So that's like cooking, talking about wisdom, talking about health and healthy living. I don't know anything else. I'm asking some sisters who are financially minded to come talk to us because that's not me. I'm a creative. Even though I'm a left brain, I like data, but I don't create that type of content. So therefore, I stay in my lane. I do what I know to do, what I'm good at. Then I invite collaborators, I invite people, I interview people. I'm going to continue doing that. Do what I love, what I know, while connecting with you. All right. The other one is, ooh, yes, cooking, workout. Oh, my Spanish classes, language. Oh, yeah, that's important. Number 3, what I'll continue to do is to continue to encourage and inspire in these crazy times. I started doing, oh my gosh, I don't have the fan or AC on. I started doing, I was doing the podcast that did not take any traction. And that's me. I kind of veer. It's like, okay, I'm not spending my time doing that. Let's stop it. Yes. And that's why I'm doing what I'm doing right now. Look at what's working, what's not working. Shift, shift. So I'm going to continue to inspire and encourage because I have the gift of encouragement to tell people, do not lose hope. Because I tell people, I wake up some days and I read something or something and I boo-hoo cry. My heart gets so turned up, torn, reading of the nonsense and cruelty. But I have to brush myself up back up. I have to dry my eyes. And I have to come here and tell you, sis, we cannot give up. We cannot give into despair. So I'm going to continue to allow God and the universe to use me to encourage you and us as a collective because we don't have a choice. We don't have a choice but to remain planted and encourage and do good until it's time for us to exit. So I'm going to continue doing that. And then the last one is I'm going to continue to reassess what I do, what I like, what I love, what I believe. I keep myself open to new knowledge, new ideas. And that's why even doing SWRA, I'm still keeping a flexibility in my mind that if I need to shift, it's not going to be, oh my God, no, I'm going to, oh, let's go. See, when you're light, you can shift a lot more easily. So those are my things that I've decided to do mid-year 2026. So if you like that and you want to come along with me, become a subscriber, become a channel member, sign up, show up for the exercise programs. Don't just watch me cook, but learn the principles. This week, I was watching a bunch of videos about young people in their 20s coming up with horrible cancers. And a lot of it is lifestyle, how they live. You know, the kids who are maybe in their 20s, they were in college eating all that trashy food junk. And then they become, they graduate and they continue that lifestyle. So you're talking about 20 years of just nasty food, prepackaged, things that are preserved. And that's a no bueno. And something in the environment might have, switched on something. Because I watched two 28-year-old, both come up with rectal cancer. That doesn't mean I may not come down with something similar, but I'm 68. All right? We're looking at early onset. In your 20s, you should be looking for jobs, your house, your mate, not having to battle these diseases. So don't just watch me, sis. Embrace the lifestyle. Use the knowledge that you have. And if you have an addiction to food, get some help because it can be an addiction. All right. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's just, remember, chatting with you, sharing, connecting. That's all we're going to be doing. Now, I'm still going to show you about Panama, right? But I'm not going to say, oh, you'll come. No politics, no bad mouthing the US. I'm not doing that. I see lots of videos out there about that, but I don't do that, and I'm going to keep my word. All right. So I will see you in the next video. No, I think I do have an idea for another video, but it's going to be, I think I'm going to call it Expat 101. I'll let you marinate on that for a little bit. All right. So I will see you in the next video. Have a beautiful day, night, evening, morning, wherever you are in the world. And thank you for watching. Au revoir. À la prochaine. Bonne journée. Bye.